This month is June is the Brain Injury Awareness Month in Toronto. This condition is more common than you might think. In fact, someone in Canada acquires a brain injury every 3 minutes. But it's little understood. People living with brain injuries say their families, friends, even doctors don't exactly understand what they are going through. So let us pull back the mask, so to speak, and that will take significance as we talk. We have Melissa Viger, who is the Executive Director of the Brain Injury Society of Toronto, and Frank Bruno, who himself is a brain injury survivor. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Let's get right to a brain injury. So how do you define what a brain injury is?
So a brain injury is exactly that, an injury that's happened to your brain. So people can have an acquired brain injury, so something that happens because maybe they've lost oxygen to their brain, or they've had a stroke, or someone can have a traumatic brain injury. So that's an injury that happens to your brain if maybe you're in a motor vehicle accident, if you've had a slip and fall. Anytime your brain is impacted, that is a brain injury.
And Frank, you're coming forward here to represent those with brain injuries. You have one yourself. What happened?
I was at work 32 years ago. I fell 20 feet and I cracked my head open on both sides.
Wow.
The falling was the easy part. The sudden stop.
The stopping is the bad part. And since then, you have lived with a brain injury. And what has that done to you?
Picture yourself in a blender going upside down.
Yeah.
Right, everything is tossed all around. Now you have to become dependent on other people to help you get through the day.
And you were telling me during the break about how people look at you, how they treat you. How do they do?
Because on the outside, ordinary like everybody else. But when I start to speak and I don't understand as quickly as an ordinary person will, they won't take the time to slow down for me, with me.
And you brought a mask. Tell me about that.
No, we went through this, and I just said that. Am I doing it the right way?
You do it any way you want. We'll follow you. You're in charge.
Okay. I know, now it's the information processing that I got to do that's slow for me.
And that's interesting. And you know what? I think once people will understand that, Melissa, I think that's just we can sit there. Come on, Frank. It's just simple. I asked you to pick up a mask and talk about it, but we need to understand what's happening.
That's the awareness piece.
That's this part.
Yeah. Okay, this is interesting, if we could. There's the inside of the mask.
Okay.
That speaks volumes. Tell me about that.
I wish I could, because that's just how I feel, and it's hard to express it.
No, that's a perfect way to express it.
Because I can't put it into words, because that's how life is all messed up.
Wow.
Right.
That's amazing. This is. I mean, honestly, this just speaks volumes. Where we have this plain white mask outside. Here's a mask, and then this is how Frank is feeling, and that is better than any words, Frank. Believe me. So tell me about you put into words some of this feeling, please.
So this is part of our Unmasking Brain Injury initiative. So basically, it's an international movement that is happening, and it's happening all across Ontario on June 1st. And so what happened is we had survivors paint their experiences of their brain injury on the masks. And Frank's, as you noted, it's very impactful. Part of Brain Injury Awareness Month is letting people know that brain injuries are invisible. And I think Frank put it perfectly that, you look at Frank and he's this strong guy, and there's this stuff going on inside that people don't see right away. So when you have a brain injury, you have a lot of challenges that are happening that people don't always see, and because they don't see it, they don't understand it. And that's what we're trying to raise awareness about through Frank's mask and the other masks that have been created.
I want to leave the last words to you, Frank. If you could say something to somebody who is looking at you kind of weird, maybe, I don't know, can you put that into words for me? What message do you want to send to someone who...
Slow down and take the time to understand what I am saying, even though it takes me more than 3 or 4 words. And then because word finding is difficult, so I will beat around, because I can't find the word weather. So I will say rain, snow, sleet, but I can't find the word weather. So I will say all around, then you'll say the word, well, that's what I wanted to say. But I can't find that one word.
But you know that word
I know
inside,
the word, but
right?
I
And
can't.
it must be frustrating to say that it's right there.
It is, but then now that after 32 years, I don't get excited that I can't, or get upset that I can't find the word. Eventually, I will find the word, and the guys that I'm with will laugh, and I'll just laugh. I'd say, I just can't find the word.
Well, maybe if you can come to grips with it, the rest of us can. So
It takes time. That's the hard part, is to understand what you can and can't do what you can, and avoid what you can't do, but you still have to expand your bubble and stay inside your bubble at the same time.
wow. Well said. Well said. More information, it's BIST.ca or at Brain Injury Toronto on Twitter. And you know what? Understand. That's where it starts.
Thank you so
both.
much for having us.
Thank you. Very powerful segment. It's 6:29 on BT. We'll be right back.